Messiah that will come and save us. Just like Nigerians were waiting, hoping that Peter Obi will save them in the 2023 election. Now, what happened? We are still suffering. Peter Obi could not, they rigged the election and Peter Obi could not come out to save us. So right now, but if we have active citizens, they will know that, oh, these people are rigging this election. Let us speak up. Let us do something. Let us go out there and challenge them. They will take action and start doing something. If we have active citizens, we'll have people that are holding their local government accountable, holding their state governors accountable, state House of Assembly members accountable. We will have more, we'll have our democracy will be more robust, and I think we are going to achieve more progress as a nation. So active citizenry is more of passionate people, Nigerians, well-meaning Nigerians who want to see Nigeria work, who want to see changes, right? And they feel like they are alone. Maybe in your community or in your ward or in your local government, maybe you seem to be like the only one speaking out. You feel like you are the only one coming out to speak. We have active citizens giving you a community where you also meet other people of like minds, other youth, young people of like mind, or other Nigerians of like minds who also have the same passion as you are. So you can draw strength from, you can share ideas with them. We can go out, we can organize ourselves and go out there and make a difference. So this is what we are all about. We are just a group of passionate Nigerians who wants to come together to see that we make a change. And also, most importantly, we want to come together and educate Nigerians. We want to educate Nigerians so that they can know their right, they can become active citizens. Because the more we educate, the more we have more people who know their right, the more we have more active citizens. And the more we have more active citizens, the more our chances of getting Nigeria working. So this is what we are all about. Thank you very much.
On the final note, active citizens, your group, how are they going to or working towards the end bad governance protest that is looming nationwide? I hope that your group will also make sure that the protest, as peaceful as this one is, that they will also join that nationwide and also make sure it's peaceful.
Yes, for the end bad governance protest, we're actually discussing on it. We're actually planning to see how we can actually go about our own peacefully. We want to see, we are going to participate. Definitely, we are going to participate, but we are going to be very, very careful about our participation. So for now, we are still observing. We are still looking at how things will unfold in the coming days. But in as much as we are waiting on the general to see what the youths in general, Nigerian youths, have in stock or have planned, we are also trying to make our own plans for our members across the country, so that we will know that we are going out there. We have our backup. We have lawyers behind us. We have, in case of anything that happens, we know that we have backup, and we know that we are going out there prepared. We don't want to just go out on the street and just start protesting. We want to be sure that whatever we are getting into, we are doing it the right way, and also to also protect our members because their safety is also very, very important to us. So we are going to be part of it, but we are also making our own individual plans so that we can have a more coordinated outing. Thank you.
Okay, and finally, what do you say about this particular issue about Nigerians not being able to deal with issue when they are confronted with it, just Kenyans did? We heard that some time ago from Rotimi Amoechi, the ex-while governor of Rivers State and ex-while minister of transportation. But, it's an old video where he said that Nigerians don't take information seriously, and they tend to not do anything about anything that comes their way. Let's first take a listen to that before we get just 1 minute of your comment on that before we go to other people on Zoom.
The beginning is to say to you that, Ikechukwu, if some Nigerians were telling you that you shouldn't have given me an opportunity to speak, tell them that so many television houses and individuals had approached me to speak on different issues since I left office, and I declined. 2 reasons why did I decline? 2 reasons. My publicist said don't speak, and I chose to be my publicist, and he's very angry that I'm speaking today. He knows. Second reason, what is new to say? Nigerians don't react to anything. Has any politician told you that he's not a thief? Tell me one politician that has told you that he's not a thief. Tell me one. I don't know why you're gathering forgery, no forgery. What politician told you I didn't forge? Which politician told you he went to university? Which politician told you he served in NYSC? Which politician told you he has a certificate? Nigerians know and still vote for them. So what's your problem? No, tell me what's your problem? So I said, why should I speak when already there's nothing new? Okay, you observe Buhari's period. I will leave Port Harcourt 1 a.m. I arrive Abuja, I leave Abuja 3 a.m. Somebody said they made Buhari. Did I say anything? I didn't say anything. It's not important. Nigerians choose who to believe and who not to believe. Nigerians choose who to vote and who not to vote. Even if you come to a Nigerian.
So I was just trying to get to you on this very one where Rotimi Amoichi is saying Nigerians don't react to anything. Do you think that Nigerian youths will react to this very planned nationwide protest against bad governance? Chigozie, your final notes, please.
Yes, he was right when he said Nigerians don't react to anything, because over the years we've seen that politicians in Nigeria are the most lucky thieves. They get away with anything at all. They get away with whatever, and Nigerians remain docile. We don't react. So, but I think at this point in time, hunger is going to be that trigger that will make Nigerians react, because we have seen cases where, I think the other day it was in Lagos, someone committed suicide. Yesterday in Gombe State, a young man committed suicide out of hunger and frustration. So I think it has gotten to that point where Nigerians are now realizing that it's either I go out there to protest for my rights and die a hero, or I stay in my house and remain docile and die of hunger. So I think right now a lot of people are choosing to go out there and die, just like what's happened in Kenya. The protest in Kenya it has become an inspiration to Nigerian youth, and I feel like a lot of people are ready to go out there and pay the ultimate price. So let's see what happens in the coming days. I don't think it's going to be business as usual. I think this time around Nigerians are going to react, and it takes bravery, it takes courage to do that. So I'm actually anticipating and hoping that this time around there will be a difference. Nigerians will react, and they will react strongly. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much. That is Chigozie Alex, the convener of the Hungry Day protesters who converged peacefully in Abuja a few days ago, and of course looking at the updates that they have on coming protests in Nigeria. And then let's switch our attention to our other panelists on Zoom. Let's look at Lord Kingsley also, who is joining us presently and wish to have a discussion, lend his opinion on this. But before you get to that, I want you to first take the reaction of this very lifting of visa, the breaking news of today, which is lifting the visa by the UAE on Nigerians. Do you think that it is something that is being engineered by the Tinubu administration, or you think that the UAE has gotten the money they said that Nigerians are owing them, or that they need the Nigerian money for the people who are going to visit Dubai? Lord Kingsley.
And good evening, everyone, fellow Obedients around the world, and everyone in the studio and on Zoom. I believe this UAE visa ban has something to do with the economy of the UAE aviation world, in the sense that now they have actually realized that yes, Nigeria is a business hub for them. It's a place where they actually make money and understand that, yes, I mean, it's not an economy they can ignore. Yeah. Regardless of whatever Nigeria has been owing them, which of course probably, the aviation minister has probably made some arrangements to make payments, which of course they do all these things secretly nowadays, because they know that, yes, they have failed, and they one way or the other want to appease the citizens of the land. I mean, we know how much Nigerians travel and how much the Emirates actually, conveyed Nigerians around the world. Personally, I use Emirates a lot. I use them a lot because they are one of the trusted airlines of, I would say, in the aviation world. So, well, I'll say congratulations if that is really true and there is no kickback or no side attraction at the end. Because right now, I believe there's going to be more stringent requirements to get the UAE visa, because they know a lot of Nigerians, they go there for some kind of fraud or some kind of unwanted activities. So let's hope and open our eyes clearly and see how these guys operate. The protests, like what our brother here just actually explained, I was really impressed with the way he analyzed what the protest is all about. Protest is not something that is abusive or destructive, but for the way Nigerians have actually perceived that word protest, in the sense that, yes, they come out to do things peacefully, but then the people or the powers that be want to now infiltrate that activity, sending their thugs to make it a destructive activity. That is why protest has now become something that people are scared of, people are afraid of. But I was really happy the way our brother actually explained it and made it clear that it's a movement, it's an action for you to make a request, not a riot, not a riot. A riot is different from a protest. So let's get that clear in our minds. Nigerians will want to protest because we need something. We need change. We need, the economy to have effect in our lives. Not the bad effect we are actually receiving right now. We need a positive change. It's not rocket science that people are suffering. People are dying. People are jumping off the bridge to end their lives because they've just had enough. I'm happy that, yes, we've seen an example of what happened in Kenya and how the citizens, the youths of the land, actually stood for what they wanted and they have achieved it. Why is Nigeria hanging about? Why are we waiting? Are we just onlookers? Are we just talker? Prayer-band Nigerians? Even if you're a prayer-band Nigeria, heaven help those that help themselves. If you don't take action, if you don't do something, God is not going to come down and do it for you. He's not going to come down and do it for you. So let's make this protest a reality. Let's come out and make our thought known. I was just watching a video before of two Nigerians carrying, one small, what they call a bar. They said they paid 300 for that size of a bar. And how many of that can somebody eat to make them satisfied, or at least halfway? How many of it? There is hunger in the land, we all know. We all know. And how is this happening? Because of the bad governance, the bad government we are having in the land. The government that doesn't care about the citizen, it doesn't even know what's going on. There are reports that the ministers cannot even reach him now, but then we don't know how true that is. So what's going on? This is somebody that's, forced his way into power and now doesn't know what to do with the power. He never had a plan. He doesn't have a plan and will not have a plan when he's leaving. So enough is enough of this, and let's end it once and for all.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you so much. I'll be going towards Mr. Basi joining us from Calabar Municipal. But before then, I want to bring to your attention, Mr. Kinney, that there's an exclusive on Premium Times which states that the National Assembly pressured the Nigerian government to sign the Samoa Agreement. Recall that these same lawmakers moved a motion in the House just last week saying that they were not consulted by the Tinubu-led administration on signing of that agreement. But a report coming out from as an exclusive on Premium Times Nigeria today suggests that National Assembly pressured the Nigerian government to sign that agreement. But let me start by bringing some people who may not understand the Samoa Agreement. It's named after the South Pacific country where it was signed, and it's a legal framework between European Union member states and more than half of the 79 members of the Organization of African, Caribbean, and Pacific states. The agreement is the legal framework for the European Union's relations with these 79 countries, including 48 African countries, 16 Caribbeans, and 15 Pacific countries. 2 weeks ago, reports raised concerns over clause that allegedly mandates LGBTQ rights in the agreement signed by the Nigerian government on 28 June 2024. Many Nigerians criticize it for sacrificing the country's moral values for Western aid. However, the Nigerian government denied the claim that said there was no LGBTQ clause in the agreement. Of course, we also reported that, and which reports were found to be untrue. The Nigerian Bar Association also debunked the claim in the report. However, despite this, the House of Representatives, and that's why we are bringing it today, acting on a motion by the Deputy Minority Leader, Ali Umadaki, is an NNPP member in Kanu State, urged the government to suspend the implementation of the alleged controversial clause. Now, the lawmakers have not been entirely truthful about the whole debacle. That's what we are bringing here over the Samoa Agreement, starting with some of the claims they made during the debate on Tuesday of last week. Most of these lawmakers who participated in the debate relied on the false claim of an LGBTQ clause, despite available information. However, a letter obtained from the National Assembly to the Minister of Budget and National Planning, Atiku Bagudu, shows that contrary to the position of the House on the agreement, the National Assembly as an institution was involved in pushing for the government to sign that Samoa Agreement. Not only did it push for the agreement to be signed, but the federal legislature also participated as an observer in quotes and nominated a candidate to take a position in the parliamentary wing of that organization. In a letter dated 9th May 2024 and signed by the Director of International Parliamentary Organizations, that is Mohammed Ngugu, the National Assembly urged the minister to sign the agreement and pay all Nigerians' outstanding obligations to the Organization of African, Caribbean, and Pacific States and European Union Joint Parliamentary Assembly. All of these, according to that very letter, the National Assembly lobbied Tinubu's administration to sign the agreement so that a Nigerian lawmaker could be elected into the Organization of African, Caribbean, and Pacific States and, of course, the European Union Joint Parliamentary Assembly. So, why would the Nigerian lawmakers at the House of Representatives, that is a sacred place, come out to state that they are not aware of the signing of this agreement or it when they are directly pressuring for one of their members to be a representative in that place? Mr. Kini, please do tell us your thoughts on this, whether the people we send to the National Assembly to protect our interests turns back to lie to us. What do we do to them, and how do Nigerians have to react about this?
Thank you, Mr. Kanu. Good evening. And good evening, all the studio panelists and Zoom panelists. Good day, Obidient worldwide, and listeners, wherever you are joining us from. If you look at the scenario about this entire agreement, it goes to show that the people who are behind this this deal actually thought Nigerians were not going to know about this. Right from onset, they thought maybe because of the voluminous nature of the agreement, knowing Nigerians don't pay attention, don't pay details to having to read through all the documents, that Nigerians will not know about it. But unfortunately for them, they have forgotten the fact that times have changed. Nigerians are more conscious. They are more aware of everything going on in the government. And unfortunately for them, when that thing came out, they started exonerating themselves. Apparently, they didn't want Nigerians to know that they were all part of it. You know, initially they pushed it to the executive that it was one diplomat who signed on behalf of Nigeria. You know, an agreement of such. Why would just one diplomat somewhere go and sign an agreement that was going to be detrimental to our value system, our culture, you know, on behalf of the country? And up till today, they've not been able to pinpoint who the person is and who authorized that diplomat to sign this document. But you and I know that now that it has boomerang, it has been exposed, they are trying to wriggle themselves out of the trouble so that Nigerians will not come at them. So they are trying to make amends, see how they can make it look as if they were not initially part of this conspiracy against the nation. It's unfortunate that the people we elected to go and represent us. If you must know, the parliament are the parliament of the people. They are actually the ones that are representing an average Nigerian. But here we are, we have people we have sent in to represent us who are trying to cut deals against the interests of the people they are supposed to represent. It's very unfortunate. And we all know that these guys are a bunch of liars, because we time and time again, we've heard them severally. They say one thing and it turns out not to be true. So at this point in time, nobody should take them serious. And it's just unfortunate that the process of recalling lawmakers has become, they have made it so rigorous that even the INEC serve are not even helping matters in issues like this. Recall some times ago when Dino Melaye was going to be recalled by his constituent. You recall that move met a brick wall because there were a lot of underhand play, going on, and they were not able to achieve that thing because of the nature, the difficulty in getting that done. Because one of the things that we need to do is our electoral reform. We need to change our electoral reform, because those things are giving this our representative the impetus to do what they are doing, the impunity that they are perpetrating against Nigerians. Because why would a law that will say that for you to recall a representative, it has to be the total registered member in that constituency? Meanwhile, the electoral law at the voting, it was not all the total registered members that voted for that person. So it should be the total number of registered voters that voted for the election. They should be the one that initiate the recall. Once we have that threshold, it should be able to suffice. But here we are, they are hanging it on the total registered voters, which you and I know is not going to be possible to achieve that threshold. So they are making the recall process totally difficult for us to do. And that's why you see our representative being arrogant, doing the things that they are doing, because they know that that process itself is cumbersome. It's not going to be easy to achieve. So Nigerians, we now know who we have sent to represent us. When the next time we have opportunity, I think we'll have to choose wisely and send the right caliber of people who will represent us properly and effectively. That will be my take on that. And then for the protest, so much have been said by Lord K and Alex, and I will continue to ask Nigerians, the forthcoming protest that is being called, this is opportunity for us to go out and register our grievances. Let the government know that Nigerians are not happy. So this is opportunity for us to register our grievances, to register our opinion. Let it be loud and clear. Thank you so much. I would like to rest my case at this point.
Thank you very much. And that is a reaction coming from Mr. Bassi joining us for Calabar Municipal, talking about the letter's content, and that contradicts the claim by many lawmakers that they were not involved in negotiating and ultimately signing the agreement, which made them liars against the people who are the other Nigerians that send them.
Mr. Kanu, just 1 minute before we finish on Mr. Willie. I believe we all remember. We remembered what happened when they were swearing in these lawmakers. I mean, during this last parliament, we all recognize that a lot of them, they were submitting certificates that were either outdated, or certificates that were not in recognition, or certificates that was not even issued. They were making copies and producing certificates. So how do you expect people of that caliber to now understand policies or understand to read documents? Do they understand what is written there? Answer is no. So all they just do is just pick up any documents. Oh, what is it about? And then they just give them a brief summary. Oh, yes, that's fine, that's fine. They sign and then they say, oh, it's part of the law right now. That is the problem with this Samoa agreement. Because even the chief judge himself, they found it difficult to read. They found it difficult to read, let alone people in Senate. They don't know what is in there. There are hidden clauses in these documents that you really need to understand. But then, Nigerians, we all know, they only want to just deal with livestock policy. That yes, they say, oh, no ranching. I mean, come on, guys, let's get them all out. Get them all out, like what's happened in Kenya. Akpabio himself, he is the #1 dunce in that place that needs to go. I listened to Oshomole this afternoon. I mean, trying to blame the problem Nigeria has with petrol on documents that were signed hundreds of years ago. Who is the current head minister of petrol in Nigeria? Is it not Tinubu himself? So why are they saying now, oh, Dangote cannot get crude oil? He has to import crude oil from outside Nigeria to work in this refinery. Why are they saying all that now? When the chief himself is the president of the country and they're saying he doesn't know. So what are you? Man, the country's in a mess.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Lucky. I think my worry is that these lawmakers are, taking Nigerians for fools.
Absolutely.
They don't care about what they said before, and that we are going to find out that they are involved, purely. The letter that was seen by Premium Towns clearly contradicts the claim that they were not involved in the negotiating and ultimately to the signing of that particular document. However, that is what we have seen today. And, Mr. Bassi also talked about recalling this House of Rep and the senators, and the idea of getting the number of total registered voters. Why would was it the total registered voters that counted to send them to the National Assembly, or was it the total number of votes cast? So if a recall should be called for a senator or House of Rep, we should be looking at the numbers of people who voted him in, and not necessarily the number of people who register for vote. As we know, most people would have even died. Some people might be too old even to come out to vote and all of that. Some of these laws are now to be amended by the same lawmakers who are taking advantage of that. How are we going to deal with this is the next question. Tony, joining us from the coast city, Enugu. Let's take your view on the lifting of the ban by the UAE, making Nigerians to visit Dubai again. That's one of the breaking news. Then, of course, the protest that is looming in Nigeria, and of course, this particular issue of the Papa deceived Pekin that is happening at the National Assembly.
Yes, thank you, Chief Kanu, and all our listeners, wherever you are. Thank you for joining us once again. On the protest, let me start from there. What I heard sounded like music from Alex. It sounded like music to me. And this is exactly what we all need to do. The youth, I've said some time ago, will be the force that will start any protest. Not the man and woman in the village trying to fend for their kids, or civil servants afraid of losing their jobs if they come out to protest. In every society, it's usually the youth movement that engineers any successful protest. And I'm glad these guys are now engineering a protest, a massive protest for this country. And as you can see, there is nervousness everywhere. The National Assembly, the police, the executive, they're all nervous because everybody know now what happened in Kenya. And the good thing about this particular protest, which I like, is that it's not going to be a one-off protest, like we do it on the 1st and everybody goes home. It goes from the 1st to the 10th. So they're going to spread it for maximum impact. And I will even suggest that should be just a test case. Once they try it and it's successful, they should engineer another one. Because what is needed in this country, where our elected officials or appointed officials or officials who put themselves in office, they need to be really told that this is not the right way to run a country. They've gotten away with all manner of activities that is contrary to their obligations, what they're supposed to do when they get there. There was a time I called up my representative in the National Assembly, and I said to him, when are you going to have a town hall meeting with your constituents so that they know what is happening in the assembly, state assembly, and they will volunteer their own opinion, and they will tell you their needs, so that when you go there, you know what you'll be working on. How many of them do that? Both state and national. How many of them do that? They make promises. When they get there, they just abandon their constituents and do whatever they want to do because they are there to make money for themselves. So this upcoming protest, I hope people will turn out to participate, not just the youth. I will even be there. I will be there. And there should be some sort of coordination. If the youth group organizing this protest can coordinate with Alexis group and the CSOs and other obedient groups and well-meaning Nigerians in several other groups, that would be phenomenal. That would be a tremendous show of force that will tell these people, we ain't joking no more. This is real. And anytime again, they think they can buy the election or intimidate people from voting their choice, they should know that Nigerians are aware now. They are very aware of what power protest has and what it can achieve. And this is what we need to educate our people. Don't sit idly in your bedroom and complain. Oh, God help us. You remember the Arab Spring? It was one man from Algeria that ignited that protest that went wild. Here in Nigeria, we have people committing suicide, and nobody does everything. Some people even videotape and watch and sigh. Afterwards, they go back to their homes, and nothing happens. What will be the trigger? What will be the trigger that will really make Nigerians come out and protest? Protest. And make it continuous, not just one-off events.
Okay, Mr. Tony, can you kindly, as you're rounding up now, to tell us what you also think about Mr. Amaechi's, that is the former governor of Rivers State, who said that Nigerians ask for nothing, that Nigerians won't be acting on any information given to them. Do you really think that Nigerians will take this very hunger, bad governance protest seriously against the backdrop of what the minister claimed, that the Nigerian youth don't react to anything? Can you do this summarization within a minute so that we can
if they don't take this situation we are in now, what else can make them come out and protest? This is a question of life and death. You don't eat, you don't survive. You don't have money to pay your children's school fees, you're in trouble. So this is it, in my opinion. And let me tell you, when this rain starts to fall, some of these people will not know where it started to fall on them, to beat them. Because this is not a joke anymore. Nigerians are tired, they're angry, they're hungry. And any police officer that tries to stop them from protesting, is making a huge mistake. And no amount of intimidation from police by saying, don't come out to vote, to protest. It's not going to work. People are coming out, and this is it. This is the beginning. That's my take.
Thank you so much. That is Tony Oji joining us from the Coast City and bringing his view and opinion on the issues as it concerns the planned nationwide protest that is actually bringing about anxiety and frustration among the security agencies. But of course, having what happened in Abuja, seeing that there is a peaceful protest was hard, even to the extent of going to the state headquarters, according to Alex, who joined us earlier. You will see that a peaceful protest can be had without violence in Nigeria as a constitutional right. Let's come back to studio. Thank you all the panelists on Zoom for your contributions. Of course, we appreciate you guys. And thank you for being with us today. Let's come back to studio and round up as time is up. Mercy, you know, you've been quiet listening and seeing the contribution of our people on Zoom. You've heard from Alex, but let's talk more on this very issue of the Hungry Day protest and of course the bad governance that is coming up. What are your thoughts? Looking at what Amechi, the former governor of Rivers State, said about Nigerians not, they will see things at their front, looking at them gladly, but they will not take action. What are your thoughts on it? Do you think that Nigerians will take action? You've heard from Tony who said that hungry will make people to take action this time.
Of course, Nigerians will take action because indeed, hungry day. If you're not there for your side, you there for my side. As if day like this now, we dey hungry for Niger. So as I see am now, people go come out because the kind of hunger wey dey go trigger everybody to come out to exercise their vexation to Nigeria government. And I'm encouraging people because by the time we don't mount like 5,000 day for streets, everybody will go block government house, block everywhere for everywhere. Everybody gonna say we don't serious. As you see me today now, I dey vex because even today I get one bad experience for this Niger. And when that protest starts, believe you me, I go join them. Because I know they look face again. Are you not going to protest from the studio here? Even from the studio, we'll start from the studio and then go outside. Because I'm definitely joining. I'm not looking back. But it's going to be peaceful, of course. Of course, it's going to be peaceful because like that is the only way we can achieve it. It is a constitutional right. And they don't have to, right? They even went to the police headquarters. Nobody shot at them. You understand? When you are doing things that are according to the law and peaceful, I mean, make your demands known. He said they went to send letters to the IG. They had their demands, you know, and all of that. So I believe that the Nigerians, so it's entirely up to the Nigerian public, especially the youths who are planning for this very massive protest, to know that the security agencies are actually agitated. The anxiety is looming everywhere. So wherever you are, if you know that you are hungry, join the Hungry Day protest, join the End Bad Governance protest that is coming starting from the 1st till the 10th. I will say definite date. So it means in your area, make sure that there are plans, but please and please make sure that this very thing, protest that is planned, is peaceful so that we'll get the demands across and make sure that it's done. Especially for me, the sack of Mahmoud Yakubu. Thank you very much for joining us today. Like, share, subscribe, and make sure that that other people get the updates for this thing. Until tomorrow, when we come your way again. Bye for now.